Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Becoming a Graphic Designer. Today, we are going to do a brief introduction to CorelDRAW and get started with how we can start making a social media flyer using CorelDRAW graphics suite. Now, the first thing is open your CorelDRAW, then you go to File, click on New, which you can also use Ctrl N. Now, the best thing to do is give it a name. What is the name of this design we want to make? I will call it the CorelDRAW flyer. Yes, and then for the preset, leave it as custom because we are going to give it a different size, not a custom size. Now, number of pages 1. We are just making use of one page. Page view, leave it on default. Then for the primary mode color, now I explained to us the other day that CMYK is basically for print designs, while RGB is for digital designs. So the first thing to do is select your RGB, leave it there. Now the design we are making is a social media flyer. It's a feed flyer that can size into Facebook feed, Instagram feed, Twitter feed, LinkedIn feed. So it's going to be a 3.6 by 3.6 inches. My last design is that size, so it's already set to 3.6 inches. So for the orientation, leave it as portrait because it's a square, so leave it like that. Then for your resolution, my default resolution here is 300. Guys, I urge you to make use of 300 dpi as your standard resolution, except your design warrants you to change your resolution either to reduce or increase. Hence, leave it at 300. So that's fine with us. Click OK. Then automatically it's going to set up open a new document for you. Voila, this is the new document. Now the first thing to do here is getting started with what we want to do. Now this is our CorelDRAW interface, and the first thing I want to explain to us here is putting us through a few tools that we are going to be working with for today, and then subsequently we'll get more insight on other tools. The first tool here is the pick tool. Pick tool is basically used to move an object from one part to another or transform the shape of an object. Then the next tool we have the shape tool, but before that let's draw a rectangle. This is a rectangle. We use this rectangular tool to draw a rectangle, and when you draw a rectangle, you can move this rectangle from one position to another by selecting shape tool, pick tool, and then move. This is a pick tool. You are picking it and taking to another part of your screen. This is a pick tool. Pick from one position to another. Then the next tool is the shape tool. The shape tool helps you transform an object from one shape to another, like transforming this square or a rectangle into a triangle. Now to do that, we are going to convert this to curve. How do we do that? What we do here is you go to object. In order to convert, the first thing to do before we transform the shape of this rectangle is we convert it to curves. How do we do that? You go to object. After selecting the rectangle, you go to convert to curves, then automatically is converted to curve. Now select your shape tool. Now you can see that the outline that the shape tool gave it is different. Now to shape it, now look at this node here, look at this point, double click on it to delete. Automatically it's gone. You get. Now if I want to give it another node, I double click anywhere I want. Double click, then you drag. Can you see it? So you click and drag. That's how to basically double click and drag to shape an object. Can you see that? So it depends on what you want to achieve. This is the function of a shape tool. Then the next tool we have is our crop tool. I'm going to apply color to this so we can make use of the crop tool. Now the crop tool is basically used to cut out part of an object. Now I'm going to need from here, you click and drag from here to here. What it means is that every part of this object that is outside this highlight will be gone. How do you do it? You can either press enter on your keyboard or you click on crop here, or you double click in the middle so you can see every part of it that is outside the highlight, it's gone. That's how a crop tool works. Then the next tool is the zoom tool. Zoom tool is basically used to get closer to your object by clicking. Then if you want to go far from it, going back to the original size, you right click. You click to zoom, you right click to go back. Now you can also zoom by highlighting where you want to see clearly, or you right click to go back. You can also go back at once by clicking on your page dimension and going back to fit. Now the next thing, let's delete this. The next thing we want to talk about is the transparency tool. We are going to make use of it. The transparency tool is used to apply, as the name implies, to apply transparency to a whole object or part of an object. We are going to make use of this shortly. Now, having said all this, having explained a few of the tools we are going to make use of today, so the first thing here is I'm going to import my few objects that I'm going to work with. I'm going to work with an image, so let me import the image. What do? I can right click anywhere on the screen and click on import. Also I can go to file, click on import, then locate where my folder is. Okay, this folder is open, so I'm basically going to import this image, import this background, and see how I can work with them. So now it's telling me to drop the image I just imported. What you do is you click and drag, you click and drag. Mind you, this is shape tool, this is pick tool, so you move it to another position, you move this here. Let's start working with this. Now it's telling us this image, the background which is not visible, is going outside our document. So what do? We are going to transform this shape now. So you select your shape tool, select this node or point, then you select both of them using shift, then you click and drag, you click and move it closer to the image. You do the same thing here, select, then you click and move closer to the image. Now it's no longer outside our document. Now our document is empty, so we are going to insert a background to this. So what do? You select your rectangle. There are two options to this. You can either double click to automatically insert the rectangle for you. Double click like this. This is it. It has inserted a placeholder for us. Let me apply this color. Let me apply black. Can you see how it works now? That's how it works. So it's very simple. Now this image, I'm going to increase it. I'm going to increase it and adjust it here. Yes, that's fine. Now what I really want to do here is this guy is holding a phone, and let's see what we can do with it. Basically, let's put up a sales flyer, maybe a data sales flyer. This is your text tool. With text tool, we are going to click on your text tool so we can add some information. I'll type here. Let's say enjoy unlimited data. So with this text tool, you go after your enjoy, you break it down by pressing enter. But what you do is you change the color. You change the color of this background to white so you can see what you are doing. Now you click on this, break it down with your enter key. Come here, break it down with your enter key. Is that taken? Now I want to change the font style of this headline. So what I do is click on the headline, go to font. Then there are so many fonts you can choose from, but for me the last font I made use of here, that's what I'm going to use. So let me just make use of Montserrat. Now the steep, the space, the font spacing is too much. So what I'm going to do is I need to transform it using the shape tool. So you come here, click shape tool, click on the text, then you hold this point and move it up. You are transforming it. So you are taking away the space. Can you see that now? That's how easy it is. So the next thing I want us to talk about is how to add or lay emphasis on let's move it down a bit. Yes, I want to lay emphasis on the unlimited. So I'm going to use a rectangle. Take your shape and draw a rectangle. Yes, then I want us to give it a color. I want to assume the brand color for this organization is deep yellow and black. So I'm going to pick the color from the shirt. So we make use of this color eyedropper tool. It helps you pick color from one object to another object, but you are picking from a bitmap object that is not editable. Even if it's editable, but you can't take it to another bitmap object. When you draw a rectangle in CorelDRAW or Photoshop, it is an object that you can modify the color. But because this particular object is bitmap, we imported it, we can add this color there. So what we do is we come here, we basically want to pick this side, pick here, click on it, pick, and drop on this rectangle. And now the image we imported, if you drop on it, it doesn't work because it is a bitmap. Bitmap means you have locked it. It's locked already, so it doesn't work on it. Now for this rectangle, there is an outline showing black at the edge, so we need to remove it. What do? Come here, click on it. The outline is 2.0, so we will use none as the outline. Is that taken? Now the next thing is just move it to this part. Remember, your zoom helps you see your design very wide, so you see everything, you see every details. So you click and adjust using your pick tool. That's what we just explained. Then you drag this here, but I need to send this to the back of the unlimited. So what do? I select this, go to object, go to order, then back one. That means you are sending it to the back once. So once you do that, you see that it's gone to the back, and you can really see this clearly. Now you can copy this and paste it to give it another effect, or you can just click and drag, then you duplicate it. Can you see? Then you go back, object, order, back 1. Then you do the same thing, click and drag, then you duplicate it, object, order, back 1. So now I don't want everything to be black, so I will change this placeholder and this to be black. Can you see it? To be black. I don't want everything to be black, so what I will do, I will change this side to this enjoy to white, because the placeholder is going to be black. So you highlight only the part you want to change to white. Come down here, highlight it and change it to white also. Then you see the placeholder, highlight both of them and change it to black. Can you see that? But it seems too long, so we are basically going to adjust more of it. So what we'll be doing is you just let's go back and move the picture a bit. Yes, then you can move this and this. You can just select the first one and the second one using your shift key, then you adjust them this way. You can adjust them this way, or you let it be like this, but you have to highlight and reduce the size for congruency. Now, so the next thing we want to add is we want to tell people a brief reason why we are doing this. So what we want to do now is select your text tool, and then let's write browse. Okay, select your text tool, and then your font size, change it to maybe 7. Okay, then you click here to write, change your font size to maybe 7, then you click to write. Let's say browse as much as you want all day, break it down without interruption, exclamation. You get? So zoom it out. We need to correct this now. Zoom it out, then select your pick tool. We need to change the font. I'm going to use Montserrat medium. Now what you do is you align it to the left by selecting this, select this, then you go to object, align and distribute, align centers vertically. You align, so what you do is you go to object, align and distribute horizontally. It will align it to one side only. So the next thing is we are going to give it a call to action button. So you can quickly copy this and paste, or we duplicate it by clicking and dragging it. Let me change the whole color to black. So highlight everything, delete. So I want to write buy now. So reduce it, place it here. Then I need this rectangle. I'll bring it here. I'll change the color to yellow, then send it back once by going to object, order, back 1. So can you see that? So I'm still going to align this by now to data by selecting both of them. Then you go to object, align and distribute. Okay, then align to the left. Is that taken? Then you do the same thing. You select this, placeholder and this other placeholder. Go to object, align and distribute, align left, but I am going to reduce this. I want to apply a little effect, so I'm going to zoom the by now. So what I will do is I will adjust, I will align this together by selecting both of them, align object, align and distribute to this, align centers horizontally, then go back again, align and distribute, align centers vertically. Now I need to curve the edge of this buy now call to action button to give it a little effect. Are you getting it? So can you see now? I can also change it to be, this buy now will be yellow and then the background will be black. So that's another method, just the way you want it. So now I need to duplicate the buy now and change it to black and give a number to call. The font is big, so I'm basically going to reduce it by transforming it. Yes, then duplicate it, reduce the font. I will use 6. Double click to edit your text. Then I'm going to send them to the website .com. So make sure you align everything to the center, especially this 3 text. Go to object, align and distribute, vertical. Align everything to the center, this 3 text. Go to object, align and distribute, horizontal. Yes, then you go back to your main page. Now I need this background to be my main background, so I'm going to adjust it to fit. Yes, I'm going to adjust it to fit. Then I will not send it to back of the old design. So once you select it, go to object, order, back of page. I need to send this to the back. So what you need to do is go to object, order, to back of page. You can see it's behind it now. So what do? You right click on this, click on power clip inside and clip it inside this our background here. Clip inside. Can you see? Let me do it again. You right click on the background you want to place inside your clip or your placeholder, right click, power clip, then it changes to an arrow directing you where to go, so you click. Is that taken? Let's go inside this power clip by right clicking, then you click edit, or you come here and click edit. Now select a rectangle tool. I think I want to add a little effect at the back of this guy. Then select your color eyedropper tool and select this color, drop it here. Then you can remove the outline as well by doing this. Then click on finish. Can you see that? I need to fade the top here. You come here, this is your transparency tool like I explained. You click and drag this way to apply transparency to the top. Can you see that now? To apply transparency, when you are done you click finish. Okay, can you see? So now basically I will duplicate this again and then write data. So this will be my logo. I will zoom it to see what I am doing. Duplicate. Now let's say data now. Then we align. So here is going to be this. I'll use this color. So basically, this is how to make a simple social media design. So you click on Ctrl S to save. Always remember to save your design every 5 minutes or less. Is that okay? So you don't run into any problems and have to start again. Now this image is still on the outside. So if you observe, see the bottom here, there isn't congruency, so you move it down a bit to align. But the best option is you right click on it and place it inside the container. So you right click, power clip inside, place in the container. So as you can see, click and drag, you see that it's together with the container. Is that taken? So that's basically how to make a social media flyer. It's as simple as that. And in our next training, make sure you are available. We are going to do a whole lot more, starting from logo design, branding, and all. I'm happy that you guys got to this point, and I'm sure we'll enjoy the ride as we move on. Thank you guys, and have a lovely evening. Hello guys. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Become